happen for myself and my family. There's no way that this is real, man, it can't be.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Modify Your Life podcast, where I am your host, Anthony Lopez, also known as Heavy to Modify that has to cough. Then I have to cough, and I got to get that cough out of the way. We've had a very long day. This was a last-minute podcast. My boy Juan is down here from Orange County, California, and I seen him at the gym. Like, what are the odds of me running into you at?
Yeah,
Torture
I didn't
room.
even know you went to that gym, to be honest.
I didn't even know you were here in Vegas. I'm kind of bummed that you didn't tell me you're going to be in Vegas when you knew I moved to Vegas.
Bro, you're everywhere, and you're a busy man, you know?
I'm not busy. I'm working. I was busy. I'm working on being efficient.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's such like a big difference in that. So like, you know what I mean? I want to be efficient,
Of course.
heavy to modified.
I get it,
I don't want to be busy. Busy is like, I don't know, hectic.
Yeah.
I want to be more organized.
Yep.
All that. Are you nervous?
A little bit.
How's
First
your
time I've ever been on a podcast.
Your first time?
Yeah,
I pop your
ever.
cherry.
Yeah.
You're my first.
Thank you, bro.
I'll never forget. You'll never forget your first.
Never.
How's your trip down to Vegas right now? It's hot as hell, dude.
Yeah, it's hot. It was fun though. It was interesting because I traveled with my dogs.
Okay.
So I don't know. It was nice. Yeah.
Not like your homies, like your actual
No,
dogs.
like my actual dogs.
Oh, okay, like your
Yeah.
roofs.
Yep.
All right. All right, man. It's cool. What'd you come up here for?
My friend Charlie, you remember him at the gym? He's competing Saturday, and then Joe Cho, my coach, the one that I was training with. I just came to see him. Yeah, like he's a coach, but he's also a good friend too.
Heck yeah. He's going to help me do my posing for my show.
Oh,
He's going to help me do my posing for a show, so that's going to be cool. October 19th, I think I step on. Well, October 20th.
Awesome, bro.
October 19th. On one of those days. I don't know. 15 weeks out. I have no carbs right now. Very little. No pump. Just got to trust the process, right?
Yeah, it's all mental there, you know?
Bro, it's a big-ass mental game. Right.
Sure.
Well, we just started talking, because I want you to feel comfortable, and I just know that having this conversation just gets flowing. But, Juan, Revival Fitness.
Yep.
Let them know. Let them know who you are, Juan.
Yeah. I'm a gym owner. I'm pretty fairly young, 28. Opened up first gym location when I was, I think 20s. It was 2020. I was 25 years old. Yeah,
Dude,
25.
that's young to have your own gym.
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. But to get a little bit into that, I started competing at 16 years old back in 2012 when it wasn't really popular and all that stuff, and obviously it's pretty crazy living where I am right now because I never thought that would happen. But
yeah, you're talking. Yeah, you're preaching the choir.
Yeah,
bro.
I know, right? Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, when I got started, it was kind of a crazy story. I basically helped a buddy at the time open up his gym, and I kind of saw what it took, and to be honest, it looked kind of easy in a way, where and honestly kind of fun too, where damn, this is dope. I'd love to have a place where I get to pick the equipment, hand select everything. That's super dope,
It's like an artwork.
Yeah. And it's a dream. It's like a playground is what it is, you know?
Okay, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, it's like a big-ass playground. And I helped that dude open up his gym. I invested with him. And then with him, I was basically kind of like an investor / silent partner.
Okay.
And then my realtor at the time was oh, wait, yeah, bro. I was 24. Yeah.
Oh, you're getting younger.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, but I was
You're a
24.
hustler.
Yeah. And my realtor at the time had just helped me buy a house the year before. And I was doing my meal prep business. And so the timing of it was pretty crazy because on Saturday, I saw that an old school gym by my house had just gone out of business. This was 2020, COVID, everything was shut down. So I was like, dang, that sucks, bro. That was a cool gym. I'm like, that would have been something dope to have one day,
Yeah.
So this was Saturday. I drove by, I saw that. And then Sunday, I have this conversation with the realtor. He's asking me how the gym stuff is going. I'm like, it's cool, but, I don't really have a say in the matter or anything, He's like, bro, you should open up your own gym, this and that. You have a good following for my meal prep business. And I had just seen that location open up, so I was like, well, let me entertain the idea of it, you know? Like, this is crazy, but I was like, look, dude, he told me, like, let's go half and half on it. And I was like, huh, like, that sounds a lot better than, like, 2%, another gym, So I was like, huh, that's pretty cool. Like, I told him, like, look, this gym down the street had just gone out of business. The spot's available, Monday, we got permission to go and look at it. And they had left, like, their mirrors up. They had left their speaker system, cameras, everything, bro. It was all nice. And then I had just helped my friend open up his gym, so I saw, like, damn, like, this just needs equipment, and, like, we're ready to go.
You got a full running gym.
Yeah. And so, but again, I still wasn't, like, 100% into the idea. So I was like, let me just entertain it a little more, I was just, so, I reached out to the dude with all the equipment. The guy was out in San Diego, and he was like, damn, bro, we're about to get a shipment in this weekend. And it was like, he sent me a list of everything they were getting, and it was like, fuck, like, I really can't turn this away. So then we ended up opening up, we ordered everything, we signed the lease, and then we got that up and going by, like, early November of 2020. And, bro, we started to kill it because at the time everything was closed.
Yeah, good old COVID.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's like right in the middle of that's right in the first couple of months of my weight loss journey.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And did you stay open?
Yeah. Oh, so this is the thing.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
So we had, like, the front door.
Off the record.
Yeah, I know. We had the front door, like, closed off, and everybody was coming in through the back and stuff, And when signing the lease, we were aware that, like, it wasn't zoned for a gym.
Okay.
So we were like, well, the gym that was there prior, like, they were there for, like, 10 years, bro. So we were like, we'll be fine, And then, nope, 2 months in, they tell us, like, hey, you guys got to go. You guys can't even have a gym here in the first place. And things weren't going well at that time with that business partner. So I was like, you know what? Like, this is kind of a good opportunity to branch off and do my own thing. And so it was kind of one of the scariest moves I had to take, because I was already super in depth, and I knew if I took that leap to go on my own, it was only going to get worse from there, But I've always kind of had that mentality where, like, I'd rather at the end of my life know I tried these things, and even if I failed, like, at least I tried it,
It was a learning experience.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like never really failure if you get to learn something from it.
Exactly, yeah. It's never failure, just lessons, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, screw it, I paid off that dude, and I actually moved everything into a storage unit within, like, freaking 6 hours, bro. Like,
oh, you were on it.
Yeah, I had my brothers help me, I had some friends help me out, rented, like, the biggest U-Haul available, put everything into a storage unit, and then about 2 weeks later, I signed the lease for a different location out in, like, the downtown Santa Ana area. And they screwed me there too with, like, it was listed as, like, 6,500 square feet, which is pretty huge.
Yeah, that's a big gym.
And then I started putting in all my equipment in there, and none of it was fitting. I was like, what the hell's going on here? They screwed me over, and there was no way to get out of the lease. At that point, I had already signed it. But again, like, never failure is just lessons. I was like, okay, like, thank God it's just a 1-year lease here. Started looking at other locations immediately, and then when I came across where I'm currently at, it's everything was great. It checked off all the boxes, because a lot of landlords don't want gyms. The loud music requires a lot of parking, freaking walls, everything gets messed up, floor gets messed up.
Definitely the floor.
Yeah, I know. So that place was great, but they were making it really hard to acquire the location. And then I came across a different one out in Garden Grove where my eyes were set on that. And so this was around January of 2021. I had signed the lease on the Garden Grove location, and but the guy was like, just go to the city and check with the planning department if it's okay. They're like, we know it's zoned for a gym, so you should be good. I went ahead and went into the city, and they were like, you're going to need, like, a conditional use permit, things like that. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, how's that work? They're like, it's an 8-month process. And I was like, dude, like.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
8 months.
Yeah, 8-month process, and it was going to cost me, like, thousands of dollars. And I was like, dang, like, I'm like, I don't know what, my lease was up in February, like in a few weeks. So I was like, shoot, I canceled the check right away that I had made for the deposit there. And I called the Santa Ana people back, like, hey, is the spot still available? They're like, yeah, it is. But, it's one of those things, like, they made it very difficult to acquire the spot. And I don't know how I did it, but, like, I paid them, like, 6 months of rent, like, up front. And, again, yeah, I don't know how I, like, got all the money, but.
You made it. Well, dude, like just by you, we're just happening to you just open up your gym.
Yeah.
And what I'm getting from you is like you don't quit.
Yeah,
Like, you don't let no doesn't mean no to you.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily like all of that, but what it comes down to is just like I know what I'm willing to put in for something, and like my whole life, it's always been like people telling me I can't do things, but it's kind of like, no, dude, like I know deep inside, like I can get shit done one way or another,
Yeah.
Whether if I gotta, whatever I gotta do, bro, loans, whatever I gotta do, ask for money, like I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And yeah, thankfully I acquired the Santa Ana spot, and thank God I had awesome members and family, friends that helped me like move everything. And then we've been in the current spot since February of 2022.
2022.
Yeah, 2022. And right now looking to expand. So it's gonna be pretty crazy. Yeah.
Dude, that's freaking sick. So
I
like
know.
you said something that I want to dive in more to.
Yeah.
You said that your whole entire life that you kind of grew up with people kind of telling you what you can and can't do.
Yeah, of
You know
course.
what I mean? Like I want to get into that because a lot of people do that. A
Yeah.
lot of people have people in their circle that they want to see them win, but they don't want to see them win more than them.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
of
So
course.
you'll kind of get a lot of people that where you say like, hey, you know what? I want to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a bodybuilding show. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to start a brand.
Yep.
And, they're like, oh yeah, you should be, but at the same time, it might cost a lot of money. Or
Yeah.
what if you lose all your money and it's not going to be good? I wouldn't do that.
Yep.
But like, they're just persuading like their message to you.
Yeah.
Right? Because they have their own fears. So like kind of talk about a little bit more like, how was it growing up? Like, did people like have doubt since you're a little one, or did it happen like around teenage years, or like how did that, like when did you start noticing like why do people keep on telling me I can't do this?
So I think it started like into my childhood. I was really really overweight as a kid. I remember I was in 3rd grade, and we went to a doctor's appointment, and I remember the doctor like. He practically made it seem like I had like months left to live, and he was like, look, ma'am, like your kids are really overweight. Me and my younger brother, we both just blew up, and they were like, look, these kids are really overweight. They're, pre-diabetic, and cholesterol was like through the roof. And, that's always ran in my family. Like,
High cholesterol.
Yeah, high
blood pressure.
cholesterol. Yeah, my grandfather died of that too. Like in his sleep. Yeah, his veins clogged up, heart attack, died.
Wow.
So that like really impacted me. But even then, like, it's crazy, bro. Like I remember we went to that pre-diabetic class, and they taught us how to like read the nutrition labels.
Same.
Bro, but trip out on this. I'm disgusted looking back at it. They had a display thing of ice cubes. Bro, I could not stop staring at them the entire class. And before we left, I stole one and ate one. Like, what the hell? Like, but I realized, like, I remembered feeling that guilt and that shame. And I was like, dang, dude, like, yeah, that was really yummy. But, like, I don't want to feel that anymore. That guilt and that shame.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wonder, like, obviously I can't go back in time. I'm like, but maybe tomorrow I can make tomorrow a better day,
Yeah.
And obviously, you're gonna fall, and like there's temptation everywhere, But it took me a long time, bro. It took me till I was like I'm gonna say till I was about like 13 years old. So about the age of like 8 till I was 13, I kind of finally started doing more. Like I put the video games away, I put the TV away, and my mom signed me up into a boxing gym. I remember this was crazy. I was living in Hesperia in the high desert, and my boxing coach would pick me up, but our house was too out of the way, and I was like, dude, screw it. Like, what if I walk over here? Can you pick me up from there and drop me off there? And he's like, dude, that's like a mile from your house. And I was like, screw it. Like, I'll just leave my house earlier.
There's
you
that
know, I'll
mentality.
do it. Yeah. And it's awesome looking back, you know, but yeah, bro, like I lived in Hesperia. Like it was hot as balls over there.
Hesperia is hot. It's
Yeah.
like Vegas.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
If for anyone out there doesn't know what Hesperia is, it's literally, it's a desert.
Yeah, it
It
literally
is a
is.
desert.
Yeah, there was no sidewalks. I would walk on the dirt roads.
It's probably more desert than Vegas.
Yeah, it really is.
Actually, because
No,
it's still the same. Like it's
Yeah.
still like it just looks like a desert.
Literally, yeah.
And you had like that, dude. Even at a young age, bro. It sounds like once again, like you
Yeah,
had that
it's pretty
mentality of
cool,
like
yeah.
you're gonna get it done.
Yeah.
When your upbringing, was it like mom and dad, single mom?
So
What was it?
I did have my dad like in and out, sadly. But you know, thankfully I had a very, very strong mom. She really set my head right.
Mhm.
You
Shout out to all
know,
the moms out there.
I know, bro, for real. Yeah, my mom was hard, and you know, she communicated things very roughly. But like I look back and I'm like, I see what she went through, and I see that truly she came from love, you know, and
Yeah.
love and care and support. Because my mom did give me great advice as a young kid, where it was kind of like, look, dude, like you're only ever gonna only have your family, and friends are great, but you know, friends can up and leave or use you and things like that, you know.
Mhm.
And yeah, she was very right, you know.
Yeah,
She-
you know, hello,
Yeah,
message.
yeah.
You know, yeah. My mom used to tell me when I was growing up, she's like, "Look, it already messed up, so I don't need you to mess up."
Yeah,
I
no,
was just like, I
literally,
did all the
right?
messing up. I was like, okay, dang
Yeah, I
it.
know.
But my mom was very, very stern but very loving.
Yeah,
Very,
exactly.
very loving.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what
my
I mean?
mom
You
too.
kept on sharing these stories with me, and I keep on hearing you bring up your mom a lot, so that's why I want to know. Like, so it sounded like a single household. So
Yeah, basically.
fast food and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. She did what she could, but it was difficult, bro. But I remember when I was 13, I got into boxing, and at the time she got pregnant for my baby brother, and she came out with diabetes through that pregnancy. And I remembered seeing my mom. She signed up to the gym, and that was my first time ever experiencing like the gym and what it was about. And at the time, I was into like WWE, and I remembered seeing all these buff ass dudes, and I was like, dude, that is so cool. But like,
Ripped.
yeah,
Like your gym now. I
yeah,
walked
right?
in your
Yeah, I
gym
know,
the first time. I'm like, damn.
Yep, yeah. And like, yeah, so my mom got me into the gym, but it was just the kids club area, you know? I was like, damn it, like, mom, one day I want to have my own gym membership so I can get jacked like John Cena, you know? Like, I remember
Yeah,
all
everyone
that.
has their little superheroes.
Yeah,
right? I mean,
yeah. And it was, you know, it's crazy, but that's how it all started, like, is my love for the gym, you know? And then I got into boxing, and then my boxing coach told me, like, no, you know, he's very old school. Like, don't lift weights. It's going to make you slow and heavy. And I was like, dang it, okay.
You're like,
you
coach,
know?
I'm heavy now.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But, like, you know, thankfully, like, I started to lose the weight, and then I started to be very active, and all that helped. And then we moved from Hesperia down to La Habra. And that's when I got into wrestling. I started wrestling there, and I loved that. But honestly, like, I found that I was in those sports because I just wanted to be in shape, you know?
Yeah.
And
You like the activity.
yeah. And so then when we moved to Santa Ana, I was in wrestling there. But then my older brother got a gym membership like at a LA Fitness with guest privileges. And I would go after wrestling practice with my older brother, and I would see like some pretty big dudes. And I was shy as shit, but like I would ask him questions, you know, like, how do you
Yeah.
guys look like this? You know, how's this even possible? And they're, look, bro, you gotta eat 6 times a day, this and that. And I was like, fuck, man, like I'm in high school, I can't do that shit.
I can't afford that.
Yeah, and you know, yeah, exactly. I couldn't afford food, you know, but I would convince my mom, like, Mom, can you please buy like chicken breast, and can you make me brown rice and broccoli? And she's like, well, I'll buy it, but you cook it. And I was like, shit, I don't know how to cook it, but I got on YouTube, you know? I got on YouTube, and then that's when I came across, it was fairly, like, new, but, like, I came across guys like the Hodge twins,
Okay.
Matt Ogus, guys that, you know, were into the fitness industry, Christian Guzman at the time.
Uh-huh.
And I came across, like, how about, like, to learn about nutrition and, like, what's protein, what's carbs, what's a slow digesting carb, what's a fast that, you know,
fast
I'm like,
reacting
what the
carbs,
heck?
yep.
Yeah. I was like, what the heck is all of this? I was like, but like, I just was absorbing it all like a sponge, you know, it was all amazing to me. And that's when I decided to drop out of wrestling. And then I still remember it was one of the best feelings ever, because One of my teammates in my wrestling team was like, "Bro, you're really quitting wrestling to be a bodybuilder? Like, you're never gonna do that, bro." Like, and I remembered it was the most priceless feeling because I saw that same dude see me. I was 18 years old. I was about like 3 weeks away from doing my first bodybuilding show, and I remembered he couldn't take his eyes off of me, and he was just like, "What the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
what happened to
man
this
is
freaking
jacked.
guy? Yeah, like this guy must have hopped on steroids or something, you know?" So I remember, like, again, it feels amazing, you know, when people tell you you can't do something, but you know, you gotta stay true to yourself, right? And
Yeah, you remember why you started. Like that
exactly,
why,
bro.
right?
Yeah.
That why version. I
Yeah.
have a client right now that
Mhm.
she had weight loss surgery. And unfortunately, you know, I mean, obviously, you know, when it comes to weight loss surgery, it's not everyone thinks this way, but people think that weight loss surgery is a fix all, right?
Mhm,
A lot of
mhm,
people.
mhm.
People that had it know it's not a fix all.
Yep.
But the people who haven't had it, they just think, oh, that's just fix all. But when it comes down to weight loss surgery, once you start introducing regular food, you can eat what you want,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
Smaller portions, but you can still finish a cheeseburger by the end of the day, you know,
Yeah, of
in a
course.
couple hours instead of a couple seconds, right?
Yeah.
And well, you know, she ended up gaining weight, and you know, her doctor told her like, hey, like, you know, she's like, I'm sorry, but you failed your surgery. Like, I don't know what to do with you. Like, you failed.
Yeah.
And that like is horrible. Like for any
course.
doctor to say like bring a solution to her problem. Well, she well knows that she's probably not doing good on it.
Yeah.
But fast forward, she hopped on my program. I've been working with her for a couple months now. You know, she's down almost 40 pounds, and actually she had her first skin removal surgery today.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
bro.
so you mean, so like that just goes to show you like ain't no one's gonna tell you when you failed or not.
Yeah, of course.
You only fail if you quit.
Yep.
Or if you
exactly.
stop. Like
yeah.
that's failing, you know, like because at the end of the day, like we fail a lot. Like we get to learn from a lot of different things.
Yeah, of
Right?
course.
Because it's not like I said, it's not really failing if you learn from the situation.
Mhm.
It's only failing if you're gonna quit.
Of
You know
course,
what I mean?
bro.
So you didn't fail. You smacked the guy. And nothing feels better. Let me tell you right now.
know.
I'm gonna throw this out there right now. Nothing feels better than when people generally don't believe in you and they personally know you. I'm not talking about people from social media just hating on us,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm talking about real people in real life that you hear the backstories, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
hey man, I'm rooting for you, bro. You're gonna kill it. And then you hear from someone else like, yo, but this guy was talking mad smack last time we're hanging out. And then you see him a couple months or a couple years later,
Yeah.
right? And you just look at him and you're like, yeah, I did that. You know what I mean? No matter what anyone says, call me Petty LaBelle. That's the best feeling in the world.
yeah.
You know what I did recently? I went back to it popped up. Someone liked the comment
Okay.
on one of my old videos on TikTok. Someone was saying like, "Oh, Rizal, bro, you're gonna get fat like everyone else. You're gonna gain the weight back just like everyone else did." Right? Random comment.
Yeah.
Someone liked it, and it popped up on my thing, and I seen that comment. It was like 3.5 years ago.
Damn.
So I left a comment. I was like, "Hey." I was like, so how's this comment holding up for you now?
Oh,
And then
I
like
love
20
it.
people have commented over the last couple of days, like, oh, this is
Oh, I love it.
hilarious.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because
That's
you know what I mean? Yeah,
amazing,
like it feels
bro.
good because people don't want to see you win. Not everyone
Yeah,
wants to see you
yeah.
fail. But a lot of people don't want to see you win. So when you
course.
could prove yourself right and prove someone wrong, bro, it's literally it's a double whammy. It's
Yep.
a win-win, right? Because
for
at the end of the day, you want to prove the people that believe in you, you want to prove them right. You want to prove yourself right.
Yeah.
But while you're proving other people right and proving yourself right, you're gonna be able to prove the people that have been hating on you
Yeah.
since the jump.
Of
You're
course.
proven wrong, and guess what? You get a rub in their face, like, damn, well, you're still in the same position you are, and I'm doing this now.
Of course,
You
bro.
stuck to it.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to.
How was? Go ahead.
So like if I can go, yeah, like one thing I remember is the last job that I worked at, I actually got fired from there, and that was like one of the worst times of my life because I was supporting my family. I was just a one income, which was just me, and it was. Again, it's one of like I sometimes want to go back to that job and be like, dude,
Yeah.
my gym is bigger than this whole operation, like, but it just
You humble yourself.
yeah,
It's a good feeling to
but
know
it
that you
feels,
can.
yeah, but it feels great knowing that like, what I thought was gonna be like the end of like my world.
At that one point in your
Yeah,
life, you
yeah.
thought your whole world was coming to an end.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Everything was ruined.
Yeah, and I'm
right?
sure they probably felt amazing. Like, yeah, we got rid of this douchebag, whatever, And like to now see that, like, damn, all of those dudes are still working there, and I'm humbly I say it, probably making like way more money than them,
Yeah.
and doing what I love most importantly,
Yeah, dude, you opened up a community to help people get their life back on track,
Mm-hmm.
help with their depression, help with their obesity, help with whatever it is, with their body dysmorphia. Like you built a safe place for people to come and to do all those different things at one. And which leads into, the chapter, obviously you talked about opening up revival,
Yeah.
all the hurdles you had to go to were you chose no as not an answer. You got it done.
Yep.
Which leads into me walking into your gym, and I walked into actually, we got to go back at how we met, right? So let me paint a picture. So this is the first time I met this guy. So me and Alonzo, the owner of Evolution, you have a truck, and he hit me up, was like, hey, I got a couple equipment. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna meet another owner of a gym. I didn't know your name at the time, but obviously it's Juan. I was like, we're gonna go pick up stuff here. I'm gonna take a couple of things. He's gonna take a couple of things. Can we use your trailer? Because I have my taco trailer. I was like, you know what? Yeah, bro, I got you. Let's go. So we get up to this place, and like we are waiting for Juan. Like we are there, and then Juan's like, yeah, I'm gonna be there right now. So we're like, oh, let's start moving some equipment. Like 20 minutes goes by. Juan's like, bro, I went the wrong way. I'm like 15, 20 minutes out. Already been waiting for Juan for 20 minutes. So I got a bad taste in my mouth for Juan right now. And I don't even know who Juan is. I'm like, bro, I looked at Alonzo. I'm like, bro, what the heck? This guy's showing up late. We got this equipment. Gym. If you've never carried gym equipment is heavy, right? Heavier than your heart after your first breakup. That stuff is heavy as hell, right? So me and Alonzo were like, you know what, whatever. We start taking everything apart. We start carrying all this heavy stuff. And then my boy Juan shows up on the last equipment we got to put in. And we put in, was like 6 or 7 machines?
No, I think it was like 5 or 6.
Okay, maybe it was like 4 or 5. Maybe I'm trying to make you look extra bad right now. Yeah. And so Juan gets here, and he's like freaking Juan's a super happy guy. He gets, I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, bro. I'm like, I look at him like, you own the gym Revival? And he's like, yeah, man, nice to meet you. I was like, cool. I was like, well, I just got a year for free.
There you go. Yeah, literally.
And he did. He stuck with that. We laughed at it, and you let me train there. But that's how I originally met Juan. But end up being the most humblest, coolest, awesome guy I know. Honestly, I freaking love your gym because like I do what I just said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is you build a cool ass community in there.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean?
Bro.
And your machines are handpicked, and it's like a very cool gym. The vibe in there is super dope.
Yeah.
And I love it. I loved working out there. I made a lot of content there.
Yeah.
I've got to, grow a lot there. I got to learn a lot there. Meet awesome people. I met Joey Swole in your gym.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Got to work out with Pitbull.
I know. Yeah, and it's that blows my mind away too. Like, dude, you're there. There's people like Joey there. Like,
That's crazy.
Joey's like a guy I would wait at expos, to go see, and it's like, damn, this guy's now.
And now you see him every day.
It's unreal, bro. Like I remember he gave me when I first met him, I'm like, bro, like whenever you want to come, don't worry, like I got you, man. He's like, bro, like get my number down. And I'm like, what? And I swear to God, he's giving me his number, and my hands are like shaking as I'm typing his number. Like,
dude, Joey's so
process
we just ran into him like a couple weeks ago. He was at the nightclub. Him and his wife. I guess he knew the owner of the club or something.
Yeah.
And then I was like, is that Joey on the stage?
Aww.
And then me and Big John are like, we walk over them like, bro, you can't miss Joey. Joey is like this monstrosity of a human being. Yeah. And the most nicest, like you would never expect this guy to be that big and be the nicest person in the world.
Seriously.
And I was like, oh, Joey. And he sees us and like we walk over and he's like, oh, and he put his arms up, he comes a big hug, and then we end up having tacos with him that night. That's but yeah, awesome. He's actually gonna be in the podcast soon. He's coming out here in a couple weeks, so we're gonna get him on too. But yeah, man, and like, yeah, got to meet Joey Swole, and you have some badass people. Didn't Strength Cartel?
Yeah, Strength
Weren't they in your gym not too long ago?
Yeah, they've been going through a couple. Yeah.
Me and him have a photo. Me and Big Boy have a photo when I was probably like 400 or 500 pounds.
Sheesh.
Yeah, we got to retake that photo.
Bro. Yeah. Yeah, he's a great guy as well. Yeah, super humble, very, very kind.
Dude, you built that. 24-year-old built that.
I can't wrap my head around it.
So how how is it now being like how is it being like a gym owner, and also because obviously you fell in love with the gym at a young age, right? You fell in love with the bodybuilding aspect and stuff like that. So like how is it like? Do you? I'm sure you never regret stepping in the gym with your mom. I'm pretty sure that's a story you're always gonna remember forever.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. It's like, obviously it's like a dream come true, because to me that was like my retirement like plan, or something I was going to do. Like it was on my bucket list, Never did I think it would come so soon, but just things like align that way, and obviously like it's unreal, but I'm super, super grateful for it, because I was just talking to this about with Joe, where I was like, bro, like, how can people ever be mean to their supporters? Like whether it's influencers or, celebrities, like how can you ever be mean to a fan or to someone that supports you? Because at the end of the day, they support you in a way financially, right?
Yeah,
and sure. That's not that's how I view everybody at my gym, right? But it's also true. Like, hey, like thanks to this person and this person, I'm able to have freedom and enjoy my family, my son. You know, like it's
You're grateful for it.
Yeah,
You're
it's
grateful
yeah.
for it.
That's what I think that like keeps me very humble. But also it wants to give makes me want to give even more back to the place, you know,
Yeah.
and make it an even better gym or a better experience to everybody, you know. Like it's not just a business to me. It's like it's my dream, and it's also like a big family, you know, and
Yeah.
it's
Well,
incredible,
you
bro.
built like I said, you built something that could literally change someone's life starting that day they start
Yeah,
your gym.
no, yeah.
Because look at, if you, for instance, using me as an example,
Mm-hmm.
I walked into the gym one day and that was the best thing I've ever done for the last 4 years of my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, and I'm pretty sure you've seen amazing transformations come out of
Yeah,
there.
of course.
You have bodybuilders taking first place come out of there.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
how inspiring is it to know that you built something that is going to help people better their goal and better their life?
I love it, bro. It motivated me to get back into bodybuilding. You know, I thought I was done with that. But you know, like I see these dudes just throwing up weight, and I see like the brotherhood and all of it. I was like, damn, like put me back in,
Put me
coach. You know, like it's just it's almost contagious there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
like there's people that have never even they didn't even know what bodybuilding was, and they stepped foot in there, and now they're like all about it, you know. And it's awesome because growing up, there was when I started bodybuilding back in like 2012, nobody was really into it how it is now, you know.
Oh, now you go everywhere. You're like, I saw like
Yeah.
I saw like a hilarious video on social media where like going to the gym 2023 and like there's like 20 different cameras and
I
stepping over
swear,
and stuff
yeah,
like
I
that. Which
swear, bro.
I do for the
Oh,
most
I'm
part I
all
love
for
it.
it,
I
bro,
love
yeah.
it. As long as you're respectful, I do love it.
Of course,
Because
yeah.
I can't say you're like, yeah, bro, we shouldn't be filming in the gym.
No,
When bro,
yeah.
I make content. I have how
Of
many videos have I
course,
made in your
yeah.
gym? I've had my full on filmer in there.
Yeah, of
You know what I mean?
course.
But as long as we're like obviously doing it in a respectful way.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you built something that allowed me to make content, other people to take first
Yeah.
place, for other people to lose weight, to work on their anxiety, depression, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. And because of the community that Revival has built, you know what I mean? And now you're looking to expand, you said, right?
Yeah, so hopefully like yeah, I guess well this is the first time I'm gonna like announce it basically.
Uh-oh, we
I
heard
know,
it first.
right?
Heavy
Yeah.
to Modify Life
I know.
podcast.
But yeah,
So
hopefully
go in and talk to that camera. We could give you this
yeah.
clip right here.
Oh god.
Yeah, there it is.
So we will be expanding Revival. Honestly, it's gonna basically triple in size. So with that is gonna come a lot of more equipment, of course, but definitely just more amenities. You know, posing room, all kinds of great stuff. You know.
As though you're saying with such
Yeah.
a big ass smile on your face
Oh,
because
dude,
like you're
it's-
happy.
Oh, it's
Your
yeah.
baby is growing, man.
Yeah, man. When the opportunity came through, I couldn't believe it. You know, it gave me chills. It still does. You know, it's crazy.
It's
Yeah.
yours.
Yep.
You started at 24 years old,
Yeah. Crazy.
and now you're over here. Now, are you got a show coming up or anything?
Yeah. So right now I've been prepping already for like 15 weeks. So but with my coach, we're just taking it slow and steady. You know. It's kind of discouraging because you'd think after 15 weeks of prepping you'd look freaking jacked,
Bro.
but again, like everyone's got to take it slow and steady, and it's not a sprint. You know, bodybuilding is a marathon. You know, and I think taking this
It's-
slow approach,
Bodybuilding is no joke.
it's not. Yeah,
I was talking to Francine. I was like, how did I end up here? Like, I literally just signed up for a boxing class to change my life around, right? I posted on social media. Now I'm getting ready to step on stage on a transformation section in a bodybuilding show. It is a bodybuilding show. It is a transformation
yeah,
class.
of course.
You know what I mean? And it's like the craziest thing where like, I'm now like not eating that many carbs.
Yep.
I'm doing cardio for 600 calories every single day. So I'm training 8 days a week and off one day. Like all this crazy stuff. And I'm like
Yep.
looking at my like Francine. I was like, how did I get here? She's like, because you go 0 to 100.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And honestly, I wouldn't change it. As much as I'm gonna complain over the next 15 weeks until I get on stage, how much as I've complained since January, because I
Yeah.
got down to 265.
Yep.
Then my coach put size on me, so I got up to 285,
Mm-hmm.
and then now we're going back down, which is like I think we're gonna get around 250, 260. And at the end of the day, like I'm not doing this because I'm a bodybuilder. I'm just doing this because I want to continue to build discipline
Yeah.
and to show people that anything's possible, and no one could tell you what you can't do.
Yeah, of
Right, because
course.
at the end of the day, I posted a video clip where I had thousands of people,
Yeah,
talking smack on me, but I also had millions of people supporting me.
of course.
You know what I mean?
bro.
But at the end
Yeah.
of the day, no one was right but me, because I was the one that decided to say that I was gonna get this done, and I never gave up on myself.
Yeah.
Right. The same thing with you. You didn't let you signed what, 3 leases before you got to Revival right now?
Yeah, that's crazy.
3 leases. So I know you lost out on money.
Yeah.
But you continue to,
I don't like to think
stay.
about that.
I know. I didn't bring it up. But you continue to stay focused on your path because,
Yeah.
like you said, you believed in yourself,
Of course.
right? And does that now question? And it's going to be a mind blower for everybody. Is there a difference between opening up a business, starting a business, and a weight loss journey?
You know what, bro? It's very similar.
It's
know,
similar,
yeah,
right?
because you're gonna make mistakes with bodybuilding, fitness. You're gonna slip up, have food you shouldn't be eating. But at the end of the day, it's all lessons,
It's
right?
all lessons,
Yeah.
right?
Like
Consistency. You know what I mean?
That's it, yeah.
Consistency. You still you got to have consistency in both, right?
Mhm.
You got to have that hardworking mindset. You got to build better habits, right?
Of
You got
course,
to
yeah.
figure out. I bought this machine and it doesn't work good. Oh, I ate this food. I know that wasn't good for me.
Yeah.
Like, it's all the same thing, right? At the end of the day,
Yeah.
no matter what you want to do in life, whether it be open up a business, start a weight loss journey, completely change your life around,
Mhm.
stop being addicted to drugs, whatever it might be, it takes that consistency, effort, and getting right back up when you fall down.
Yeah, and
You know what I mean?
what's most important of both, right? Creating your own business and your own weight loss journey is that all that time that you spend into it is all an investment for yourself,
Exactly.
Obviously business is different, but with our lives and our bodies, we only get one,
You can't put a
You-
price tag
yeah.
on how many years I added to my
Yeah.
life.
Well, I heard something that was so inspiring where it says if I gave you $1 million today, but you died tomorrow, would you still take it?
Hell no.
And then there's another one where, okay, if I give you $1 million today, but you get cancer, would you still take it? And it goes to show that our lives and every single day is just very important. Obviously more important than $1 million,
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And it's
That's
crazy.
like so crazy, like, because like you getting more into like, my story, like how I just kind of look back and I get so annoyed at myself because I did not cherish my life and like what I like, now
Yeah.
now was I living the proper life? No, I wasn't. I was so restricted because of my weight, right?
Yeah.
But now looking at all the work I put in and everything we've done and everything I've accomplished, right, as for myself and for the brand, right, I'm like, damn, like I was really not respecting this life that I have.
Yeah.
Right. I wasn't,
Yeah.
I was taking it for granted when there's someone that wasn't going to wake up the next day. There's someone that didn't
course.
wake up that day. Right. But also at the same time, I had to live my life. I had to make my fails and I had to learn my lessons and I had to,
Yeah.
in order to become the Anthony Lopez, the heavily modified you're talking to today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, it does kind of bother me like, damn, like I'll never take my life for granted again.
It's
Right. Like I'll
beautiful,
never take it for granted because at the end of the day, you're right. We only get one of them. And if you were to give right now and open up a suitcase and say, bro, I'll give you $1 million right now, but tomorrow you're not going to wake up, bro, I would push that suitcase away so
right?
fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at the end of
For
the day, because
sure.
you can't put a price tag on, our life that we live right now. You know
Of
what I mean?
course.
And, you're talking to two people that just didn't take no for an answer after a lot of failure though.
Yeah.
Right.
of
After a
course.
lot of failure, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We both had our fails and we both had our wins, but we got to learn from everything, you know what I mean? And continue pushing again.
Yep.
And now you're over here, you're about to expand your gym. You're about
It's
you're about to do a bodybuilding show.
I know, it's crazy. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like honestly, I want to ask you before we kind of end this podcast, we're shooting
Mhm.
number 2, right? Is like what's your why?
My why, man, I want to say just my family, my son, bro. Yeah, like I look at that little dude, and it's like, what wouldn't I do for this kid, if I gotta, like I did it, I gave up my youth. I was a young dad at 19.
Mm-hmm.
I put all the partying, all that stuff aside and got straight to work, and yeah, bro, it's definitely like my family, my son, all of it,
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
So like, obviously there's people listening right now from all walks
Mhm.
of life that, follow me, that support me, support myself and the brand. And that one person that is like kind of a little skeptical, maybe stepping into a gym or skeptical of like, changing their life around, modifying their life.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what were some words you like, kind of tell them?
Dang. I would say like you don't want to miss out on a great opportunity that can change your life, right? And this is coming from an overthinker and like a huge like like I battle with anxiety and panic. Like I'm socially awkward, very shy. So I know what that's like, bro. That, sounds very I remembered walking into the gym to train in the weight room for the first time. And one thing you got to remember is like everyone's on a different journey, whether it's someone that is maybe there to rehab themselves,
Yep.
maybe someone that's there to fight an addiction or depression, maybe going through a breakup, or maybe it's just a jacked bodybuilder, you know, just
Yeah.
trying to get big. But one thing I will say is, you know, no one's going to really pay that much attention to you, and that should give you like a peace of mind. Everyone's in their own world in there, you know? Everyone's got their headphones on and they're going about their thing, you know? So it's like, not to bring that up, but it's sad to see when others are bringing other people down in the gym,
Yeah.
because like that's totally not what the gym is about. And
Hell
it's
no.
sad that that's like
Even become a cool
stereotype,
thing.
yeah, and that culture is like kind of being known around the gym right now. You
What's
know?
what, yeah, that's what our second podcast is going to be about, is like
Yeah.
that new gym culture and kind of like how much things have changed. Because I just started going to the gym a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. But with you, you've been around for a long time, and it's definitely more insight to going in the gym our first time, from words from a gym owner, what you see and stuff like that. We'll definitely dive into that. But, you know, at the end of the day, I want to know who you were, who Juan was, and why you opened up your gym, and where you got to, you know, how you got to where you're at today is on this podcast right here, which it sounds like you're just a badass that didn't take no for an answer.
I mean, pretty much.
You know what I mean? You got to shovel your own shit, but at the end of the day, like, you know, look where you're at. You're on top right now, and you're not stuck at that office job or wherever you were working before where they let you go.
I love it, bro.
Yeah, man. You work for
Love it.
yourself now, man. That's freaking badass. You know, and if you take anything from this podcast, you know, it's just that no one's going to be able to control you or tell you when you will win or when you fail.
Yeah.
Right. I think it's safe to say that. I think a lot of people told us that we're not going to make it in some point of our life or some point of our chapter of our life.
Yeah.
Right. But as long as you believe in yourself and you continue to keep pushing forward, and you continue to keep believing in yourself, and you continue to keep taking actions towards building a better version of you, bro, you're going to be unstoppable. It's not going to happen overnight, though.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen next week. It's not going to happen maybe in a year. You know what I mean? By the end of the day, like, you are your why. You got to continue to believe in yourself. You got to continue to keep on pushing. You got to wake up to fight another day.
Yep.
Right?
For sure. Yep.
That's what it is, big dog. Yo, I love to hear your story, man. I'm excited to shoot this next one.
Yeah.
Hopefully everyone's excited to hear our next podcast coming up. We're going to get into the whole gym culture and filming in the gym, and a couple of, you know, hopefully persuade a lot of people that are scared to step in the gym, to get in the gym and to realize it's actually an amazing place. Because I met some amazing people, including you. I met you in the gym. Yeah. Well, technically.
Yeah.
Technically in the gym. Because of gym situations.
Yeah. Gym, yeah.
Well, if you think
Gym
about it, if I never
related.
started my weight loss journey, I probably never went to Evolution, so I would never help them out. So that's it.
True.
Yeah, man, dude, amazing. Where can they find you? Social media, YouTube, website, OF, whatever you got, OF, whatever you got.
I don't talk about that.
Okay, my bad. You said you'll do whatever for your family, so I assume that you got one of those too.
Hey, if it happens, it happens.
Amen.
You know, you got to do what you got to do. But our Instagram is Revival Fitness OC, and that's basically it. You know. That's how you'll find us.
Well, you'll be tagged on here too, and also too, I tag you. There's so many videos I tagged your gym in. So,
of course.
And thanks for always having me in your gym and make it feel like home, man. Like, honestly, I gotta say before we get on going, we didn't get a chance to really talk about Revival. Maybe we'll talk about the next one. Is that place felt like home? Like I loved going in there. You're an amazing person. Your gym's nice. You have the nice equipment, and it was just a cool family. I remember like within the first couple of days I started training there, I knew everyone that was there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like all the trainers, like most of the people that were there, like everyone's super nice, super friendly.
Yep.
And that's really cool. And like that's a real gym environment, honestly. Right? Yes. It's not the, looking around, staring at the people, judging, stuff like that. Like that's the 1% of people. You walk into Revival, I'll tell you right now, you're gonna feel like you're at home. Yep. No matter what shape, size, race, age, color, what it is. It's a home.
Yep.
Right?
Of course.
Everyone should feel comfortable.
Definitely.
All this happened for myself and my family. There's no way that this is real, man, it can't be.